This presentation is intended to encourage you to rethink your video strategy and to unlearn some of the habits developed from search and display marketing, to consider where best practices really are for how to sell products through retail locations using video assets. So yes, you can sell products through video, but you want to look all the way back to 1964 to find that best practice and that insight. So in 1964, Mel Corey and Ron Popeil, two young innovators and pitchmen, had an idea for a product called the Vegematic, which was really a vegetable slicer. And they were making these Vegematics for $4 and then selling them to retailers all over the Midwest for $8. So they had about $4 to play with on every Vegematic. So what Ron and Mel did was they went around to TV stations in the Midwest and they bought the cheapest possible airtime that they could find. They wanted to reach customers at the absolute lowest possible margin. But they knew that for every $100 they spent on television, they had to sell 25 Vegematics, right? Lo and behold, by the end of 1964, these two had sold over $800,000 worth of Vegematics. And by 1968, this was an $8 million company. And the thing to consider here is, if Ron and Mel had relied on people searching Vegematics, they would have failed, right? Nobody knew they needed a Vegematic. What Ron and Mel had done was not that much different than how P&G thinks about marketing, how they think about a three-step model of marketing, where at first you introduce a product through a stimulus ad, something that explains to a customer why they might want this product, right? A television commercial in this instance. And then there's the first moment of truth where you stand at a shelf and make a decision about whether you're going to buy this product. And then there's the third moment of truth when you bring the product to your home and have an experience with it. What Ron and Mel had done is they realized that with the advent of the television, all three of these moments could happen very fast and very efficiently in the same moment. But they had not overlooked the importance of the stimulus in driving demand for their product. So at Google, we believe in a new four-moment model. To spin off of P&G's three-moment model. We believe that after a stimulus, there's a zero moment of truth, before that first moment of truth when you stand at the shelf. In this zero moment of truth is when you perform a search on Google.com, when you read a Yelp review, when you go to Amazon and check out information on products. So when you stand at that zero moment of truth, you're going to make a decision based on all of these activities that you had gone through before. Now the thing to consider too here is that stimulus advertising has radically changed, and there's more opportunities to find customers in the market for just about any product. And if you consider what's really changed with video entertainment, you want to pay attention to 5 key trends. These are going to allow you to find your customer, any customer, in the product for any product, in the market, excuse me, for any product at the lowest possible margin. So the first trend is a move from a closed to an open system. This is in your living room. So a closed system is your cable box, right? If you're a content creator, you can't get in the living room unless you work through a cable operator. With IP televisions, with tablets, with internet-enabled entertainment devices, what you have is the second trend, which is the emergence of new channel and creator brands. So now that you have an open system, all sorts of new content creators can get in your living room. So an example might be the Pro Surfing Tour. You know, very difficult to have a surfing channel on cable, but very easy for the surfing tour to film their surf contests and broadcast them on YouTube or over IP into your living room through another platform. The third trend is that everything is digital in video entertainment now. You know, any piece of entertainment content, even the Super Bowl, there was a digital copy of it. And the result of that is the fourth trend, that video is everywhere. So you can access it because it's digital, because it's in the cloud. You can access it across any device, from a tablet to a television to your phone. The result of this, right, new content creators, digital copies, video on every device, is fragmentation. Said more simply, we all watch different things, and sometimes those different things are unrelated to what we buy. So I want you to think about a product that you're in the market for right now. Something that you think you might buy in the next 5 to 7 days, something you've been meaning to buy. Now I want you to think about if you've watched a YouTube video in the last 30 days, right? Most of us probably have. Now think about the type of that video you watched on YouTube. Do you see a relation between that and the products you're in the market for? When I do that, I don't see a relationship between those two things. So I believe that targeting content for direct response through video is like guessing what is behind door number 3. And you might end up with a donkey. Targeting makes a lot of sense when you're using video for brand building, when you're trying to align your company or product with a type of content for the effect that alignment will have. But when you're trying to find an in-market customer at the lowest possible cost, you do not need to target. So how do you find that customer? Well, instead of guessing behind doors, invest in customers who watch 30 seconds or more of your video. So TrueView is targeted by design. That 30 seconds is probably a better qualifier of somebody who might buy a Vegematic, somebody who might buy a bat, somebody who might buy a t-shirt, than any type of content we could guess where that customer is. And we know that YouTube is so big that that customer is watching somewhere. And we know, as Ron and Mel demonstrated, that you can sell video, you can sell products through video at a cost-effective margin, because sight, sound, and motion is an effective way to persuade consumers. But you want to build for this format. So Ron and Mel, they didn't take a TV print ad and ask if the television anchor could read it. They created something for this new medium of television. The same holds now for online video. If I were a marketer, I would create an asset for this format. And the way this format works is, it's a video ad that comes up before a video a user is about to watch. And the person can skip that ad, because we believe that the best ads are the ads that somebody wants to watch. So any viewer can skip any ad. As a marketer, you're paid when a user watches 30 seconds or more of your video. And we will auto-optimize and find the best possible customer at the best possible price for you on YouTube in a well-lit environment where you're running on safe partner content. But that customer might be watching all sorts of things. They might be watching music, they might be watching sports, they might be watching entertainment. But if they watch your video, if they watch your pitch for 30 seconds or more, that's probably a good sign that they might buy. So our tips for driving sales from YouTube are, first, to create a video that has a compelling call to action or a timely offer. If you expect consumers to act now, you need to give them a reason to act now. The second tip is to do not target. Use TrueView instead. Again, you're going to see your cost per views fall from anywhere from 15 to 25 cents to 2 to 5 cents when you try this out. The fourth tip is to track using conversion tracking or Google Analytics. So we can't tell you if you're going to make your margins. If Mel and Ron had gone to the general manager of that TV station in 1964 and said, "Do you think I'm going to sell 25 Vegematics if I give you $100?" that general manager would have looked at them like they were crazy. He would have said, "I don't know, is the product any good? Does it slice vegetables effectively? Do people need this product?" Right? All of those things are stuff our clients need to consider. But we can set them up to find out as fast as possible and with as little waste as possible if this can be a revenue-generating marketing tactic for them. It's a very low barrier to entry. Set up a campaign, create a video, and test this new strategy on YouTube and find out if it works for you. If it works for you, you can invest more in it. If it doesn't work, you cancel and you learn from these types of iterations. The point is, a lot of marketers aren't thinking like this. And the truly successful ones will be the ones who make that great leap, the leap that Ron and Mel did and tried something new. We're looking for those marketers.